In the aftermath of a fatal road traffic accident involving Deputy Commissioner of Police Miguel Segura on Saturday morning, residents of Sokots are still very much incensed. The 48-year-old senior officer, analysis would later prove, was driving his government-issued vehicle while under the influence of alcohol.
Everybody has his or her constitutional rights. If there's a traffic accident, there's a process that we go through. There are some people clamoring and people suggesting that the alcohol test could have been done by the breathalyzer. That is not yet legal in Belize, so we cannot go by that. That is why blood was extracted from Mr. Segura and it was taken to the lab. There's a process that is done at the lab to test the content of the alcohol. It is, I can say to you, above the legally prescribed limit. What will happen now is Mr. Arzu has prepared those charges for the blood alcohol content. Where it pertains to the traffic accident, we sought the advice of the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution. We have now been given the legal advice from the Office of the DPP. So charges have been prepared. So as not to be accused of doing the wrong thing, we have prepared those charges and we are asking the Office of the DPP to proofread the charge, to see that we have the correct sections, etc. As soon as that is done, the Justice of the Peace will sign it. Mr. Arzu, the arresting officer, will sign. Mr. Segura will be read his charge at the station. That's his constitutional rights.
Although the circumstances surrounding the deadly collision are still being investigated by his colleagues in the department, Segura was this afternoon arraigned on 6 traffic offences, including manslaughter by negligence. His indictment, however, succeeded the unrest outside of Benqueviejo this morning, where scores of angry villagers blocked the highway with burning tires and debris. Jose Lopez is part of the mob.
We have to stand and fight because justice, we have justice in Belize right here. And we're going to make justice exist right here at the Sokots, because with the Sokots and all those people, you see like Yaniku, he's fighting there, surviving they're going to make a surgery. And the police are coming, accusing them, make him sign to be guilty. What do you think about that? That's not fair. Not true? Okay.
How long are you guys prepared to stand out here and prepared to protest, to demand that the proper procedures be followed?
Well, according to the people here, I think all day, perhaps all day. Yeah. You see, like you would say, we want justice, eh? Okay, everybody is speaking about justice. And what is justice for the police? Nothing.
Shortly after dawn, a scattering of men and women decided on obstructing the main thoroughfare into the village. The police would later respond to the scene of the fire, and dozens more would converge on the location during the course of the day. Ordinarily, the combination of law enforcement officers as well as a riot squad on standby and livid protesters would make for a volatile situation. In spite of this, today would not end in violence. All they demanded was that ACP Segura be charged and made to face the music.
I have prepared my charges. I have served Mr. Segura with 5 copies of traffic-related offences, ranging from manslaughter by negligence, causing death by careless conduct, negligent grievous harm, driving without due care and attention, and driving with alcohol concentration. Now you all need to work with me because I need to have Mr. Segura arraigned here this morning, and we need to access the road so that we can reach the court.
Can we see the paper?
I'm attached here. The charges are here. And it is signed by a Justice of the Peace.
Where the fingerprint?
This is an original signature here. Original. There is the signature. All right? And this is manslaughter by negligence. And we go as follows. You have that you are in charge. You are not a criminal.
Beyond the acrid plume are dozens of angry residents who are demanding justice for the manslaughter of one of Sokot's own, as well as a cab driver she was traveling in a vehicle with on Saturday morning when it collided into the vehicle driven by Assistant Commissioner of Police Miguel Segura. Despite the angry throng demanding justice, the ground commanders would meet with the families of the accident victim before addressing the media.
The situation out here, like Mr. Thompson said, we understand certain sentiments, but there's other Belizeans that have to go about their normal business. However, as you saw earlier, when we came in, we withdrew some of the police officers. And just now we sent away some of the police officers, right? I want to say to the residents of Sokots, you have to be careful of your economic viability. If this is a tourist village, there's a lot of tourists, as you saw, walking past. So it will affect all of us. We will continue to be out here to keep the peace, and if these people decide that they want to picket and not block the street, the police will escort them to do their picketing. So, you know, we are only here to keep the peace and do our portion as the law allows.
According to the mother of 28-year-old Yanni Koo, the only surviving victim, the family is in dire straits and cannot afford the cost of surgery.
The people is with me because the police don't do nothing. The police don't care my son when the accident pass. When the police reach, see my son inside his taxi, he don't go and see my son, so gun around and see him Segura. Just say, what happened? What happened? What happened, boss?
All right, okay, sure.
So my cousin she instantly she did. What happened? My son right now is in the hospital. We need $20,000 to make the doctor
perform surgery.
And then if I don't pay that, my son don't have that.
The angst of the residents is fueled by viral amateur footage circulating across social media in which a deputy commissioner is seen casually exiting a damaged vehicle, lighting a cigarette and fixing his pants.
The accident happened, Mr. Segura pulling up his pants, smoking, and like nothing happened. See, and if I do that, I must come out to run and help the victims. So he don't do that. We are vexed, and we are all the people of Sokots. All the people that you see here, it's from Sokots. So what he was doing with his pants down.
Reporting for News 5, I am Isanik.